Does it feel like being a young CEO in this big city of Port Harcourt?
I'll say it's mixed feelings. Mixed feelings because being a CEO, whether young or old, comes with a lot of responsibilities, right? So those responsibilities are not age limited. You can't say, okay, because you're older, the responsibilities of running a business will maybe go away just totally. Even if with time, maybe when you get older in the system, you tend to have experiences, and those experiences will now like make the work easier for you because of experience. I said your years in the industry. So basically it's mixed feelings. Then there's this prestige it comes with to having to run your business yourself. You have your time. So they say, even if most of the time you are busy, even when you're idle, sleeping, you're thinking of business ideas, strategies, and the rest. But trust me, it's prestigious being a young CEO.
All right, that's awesome. So I've heard a couple of persons saying that young CEOs, Gen Z CEOs per se, are just glorified influencers. What's your take on that?
Glorified influencer, if you would ask me, everybody's an influencer to his business. So if you're running a business, you should you should be your number one influencer. Right? Before even going to seek the services of influencers in quotes, to run you influence your business yourself. So calling me a glorified influencer as a young CEO, come on, I think I should even add that to my portfolio now.
You should be thanking me then.
Obviously.
All right, that's awesome. All right, so there are a lot of challenges in every aspect of life, right? So what are some challenges I feel like is peculiar to you being a Gen Z? I keep saying Gen Z because I know it isn't.
Yes, I am very practical. Generally in life, apart from even podcast sessions, I'm a realist, very practical and straight to the point. I think two major factors are challenges of any Gen Z, maybe not only me now, one of which is capital.
Money, very important.
It's a problem. You know, when we are young, we have the energy, we have the vibe. Most of the times we have the ideas, they are flowing. But being young, you may not really have the inflow of resources to fund your ideas. That's capital now. So, and you see, when you now start getting older and maybe the money starts coming in, you now discover that you are now physically limited. Your strength, you can't compare it to when your energy, the vibe when you were much younger. So for me, if you'd ask me, I would say capital has always and will always be a problem for young people, young Gen Z. And then next thing I would say is resilience and consistency. Young people these days, we are not willing to really stay put to our craft. We are not willing to be consistent. We just want the funds coming or the successes. I'll not be using funds a lot. I'll just say general business success, because success in business is not limited to only funds. It's not limited to only money. There are a whole lot of parameters we use to measure success in business. So young entrepreneurs or young CEOs like myself, most times we don't want to be consistent. We don't want to stay true because we feel the successes should just show up in your first year and second year of business. Whereas you see successful brands, they've been there for over 10 years, 15 years, and they're now reaping. One more thing, you know, young CEOs like myself would want to achieve somebody's 50 years in 10 days or in 5 days. So that's a major problem that comes with being a Gen Z.
Okay, awesome stuff. I don't know if this is a misconception, so you're going to help me debunk it or agree with it, okay? So some persons say female Gen Zs have the tendency of actually being more successful. I don't know why, maybe it's because of a gender-based thing, tend to be more successful than males. So what do you think? Are you debunking or agreeing to that?
I don't have to debunk or agree on that. That's just a fact. And women, I would say, I'm a woman or women rights activist. I like to speak for women rights. I like to encourage the female gender, especially when it comes to business leadership. I'm a very big advocate of women going all out into career. So, and I also use that medium to encourage women that they've got more prowess than even we males, right? Because I don't support feminism like extreme feminism now. I don't support extreme feminism, but I'm always of the opinion that women can be successful. They can do anything a man does successfully well. Why? Because naturally, women are born creators. Women are born, they are born to better lives. So it's not limited to just biological birthing of children and children. So ideas, concepts. So on my team, you would always find, anytime on my team, you would find at least 60%
ladies.
Yes, of ladies of my team, because they are extraordinary thinkers. They think better ideas. And also, it's generally known that women are more emotional than men are logical. And you don't outrightly outplay that factor when you do business, because business, aside the logical part of it, principles, strategies, and the rest, you are also doing business to appeal to the emotions of your clients and your customers, whatever you call them, right? Even your business associates, your investors, your partners, your staffs, there's an emotional part of business. So having women on your team helps a whole lot connect, because you're thinking of plenty business meetings, strategies to put in place, marketing plans, publicity, ads, and the rest. Most times they'll be thinking the HR part of the business, human relations. And that's why most times they are best fit for the job. I don't know, but maybe I don't know, but most times I feel female HRs, they make the best HRs, because when you call in, this was happening, they tend to relate that you, the boss, you're just saying, as a male, you're just saying the profits want to just achieve this goal. So imagine if such person, females, handling their businesses. So I think they'll be successful.
Okay, that's all. Let's go back a little to proactive media.
Okay.
What exactly is proactive media?
Okay. We are a privately owned media company, and we do everything media space. We have photography, we have videography, we have drone services. We have we consult for firms, we consult for churches that want to set up their media arm. So we do all of those camera handling. We also train to editing and post-production, all of that. So that's basically what we do at Proactive Media.
Okay, that's really impressive, especially for a young guy.
Yes, I forgot to add, we handle events.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we handle events, any type of events, corporate events, weddings, private private shoots, all of that, all of those. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you bet this idea? Because I know there are a lot of Gen Zs who prefer to go and dance on TikTok or make fast money. Just like you said initially that you prefer to, make it in just a few days. So what made you bet this idea?
Number one, I want to build a transgenerational empire. One that creates wealth, manages wealth, and sustains wealth. So I don't know, because I've not done it. I don't know if dancing on TikTok can You can pass your money on to the next generation, maybe or maybe not.
Yeah.
But from proven sources, an outright entrepreneur has the capacity to both create wealth, manage wealth, multiply wealth, and pass it on as legacy. So that's number one reason we bettered the idea. And secondly, I'm big on empowering young people like myself. So we want to get into the market, create employment. Or already we have more than 10 people attached fully to the Proactive brand, aside those doing it for freelance or for the passion of it, right? So we want to even do more, create more jobs, create more employment, because the media space is very broad, is so inexhaustive at the moment. You cannot really exhaust it now. And we live in times where media tech is the order of the day. So even the TikTok aspect of life has a media attached to it. It's your camera, you edit, you have to use InShot and all of those apps, even on TikTok itself to do the editing. So that's basically media. So it's a space where it's yet untapped. It's very lucrative. So we thought to venture into that space. And the whole thing started off as passion anyway, because this is something we've been doing in church. Started in church. And I think the media team, or my church is called electronics. I think electronics and electrical, like that. So even before the whole media thing blew out, this is our Gen Z word. We're learning, getting used to it. And when I got to 200 level, I'd already founded the Proactive Mind Initiative before I got admission into the university. That's around 2013, 2014. So I'm like, how do we fund the Proactive Mind Initiative? The Proactive Mind Initiative was to be a non-profit organization that gets towards inculcating into young minds the virtue of proactiveness. So it's a lot. We'll be reaching out to young people, both with funds, skill acquisition, connections. So we ourselves needed a platform to make profit, so we can in turn use the excesses of our profit to fund these other ones. So like, come on, I sabi this media thing.
Why can't you do it?
You get, so I can just commercialize it and make money. And I was in school then, 200 levels. So like, I called my then manager. I called her and spoke the idea with her, and she's like, remember they used to call you Proactive in secondary school, and you also have this Proactive Mind Initiative. Why are you now looking for another name to brand? Just call it Proactive and build on the Proactive stores. So I reached out to my first brand strategist then, Victor. He was my senior colleague. I should be in 200 level, he was in 300 level. So we're close friends. We aligned in vision, passion. So I told him, this is what I want to do. I gave him the idea. I think I drew a kind of a mast on a piece of paper with 3 dots, a telecommunication mast with 3 dots. And I'm like, it's a media something, and we are projecting, we are broadcasting. What do you think about this? So he had to sleep on it. Came back the following day, and he got us a logo. He designed a logo, designed the name. I got a business card. We had flyers. I started pushing it out in school. And we didn't just do media, we did blogging too. Then in 200 level. I reached out to one of my friends that had a blog. I told him, how do I think they run this thing now? Like, say, we will go run them. So, and I just believe that I can excel at anything I put my mind to. So I just need to get the right connects, get the exposure, a little knowledge about it, then I build myself. So I think it was Osifo Davis, if I can remember, told me, okay, fine, go ahead.
Okay.
Gave me the heads up. Then we started blogging. The brand grew. We shot our first wedding in 300 level, I think the next year.
Wow.
And I can remember how much we charged for that job, 140,000. So, so if 140,000 was
Yeah, it was big money.
big money then. That was around 2016. Around 2016. I can remember my clients very, very well. It was in Benin. Went for TM, went for the white wedding. And when she paid in full. And I'm like, wow, this is business. So
Money has come in.
right? I can make my own money. I don't have to call mom and dad. So
Okay.
started pushing, doing shoots in school. Every Sunday we had. In fact, see, if you are an entrepreneur and you really want to make it, ideas will come in. You will just be sleeping and ideas will come in. You'll be calculating, oh, what can I do to make more money? What can I do to move the brand forward? That's how our whole marketing strategy started coming in place. I did a plan every Sunday, shoot 5 pictures for 1.5.
Wow.
Only on Sundays. So your Sunday, the clothes your outfit you wear to church on Sunday. You've already booked a session with Proactive. Okay, we know that we are going to shoot you. So we had clients because everybody will be well dressed on Sunday than any other day in the week.
Yeah.
So we had clients. I think we even shot for some fashion designers. One of them used to be in novelty couture in school. He used to be my guy, and he had a fashion brand. So we're both doing collaborations too. Okay, you go sew clothes for me. I go shoot for you. You get, that's how exchange of value came in. So not be today we don't run this.
I'm very, very proud of you. In fact, I'm really impressed. That's all. If your success in proactive media meant or means that someone else will have to fail, will you do it?
Why should somebody fail for me to be successful?
So if you have the opportunity, you would not.
Why? Let's grow together. Let's build. Everybody on my team are young people.
Okay.
And I always tell them, I don't call them my staff. One of them is here. He will tell you. I don't call them my staff. I call them teammates. Okay. I'm just privileged to be the team lead because I have the ideas, or I bettered the ideas, but I don't have all the ideas running. Okay. Before this session, a mail came in and it's like, okay, boss, why don't we do it like this? Why don't we do it like that? And I tell them, once it is in line with our policies, our core value, shoot, any day, anytime. I think they even sleep more early than I do. So any time of the day you drop a message, I am willing to go over it and see how to modify it. And so why should somebody go down for you to go up? The up is, there's more crowd down than at the up. So it will only, you'll be lonely at the top. Come on.
Lonely.
Yes, so let's grow, let's build. Everybody, come up. You, me, everybody. And I believe I'm big on collaborations. Anybody that knows me well. Okay. Your parents' brand, that's the Web Devs Academy, we've collaborated on our last event. Okay. Before this podcast session, I left from another brand. I don't know if I'm permitted to call names. Yeah, but it's a big brand. Okay. And I left there to come to this place. And it's still partnership and collaboration I went for. Yesterday, I was at another big brand too, to seek for collaboration and partnership. So I just feel everybody have your niche, know what you're doing, grow in that area you are, carry other people along. We'll grow together and we'll be better. That's one problem we have, Gen Zs have. We are more of competing than collaborating. So why compete when you can he has the knowledge of the camera, the other person has the knowledge of post-production. This other person is content creating. He knows the angles to can write the story of what we are to shoot. Bring your ideas, you bring your prowess, you bring your I do the running around. This other person, if you watch, by the time we come together and synergize, we are achieving more than when we are fighting ourselves, competing. I mean, what for? Even generally photographers, I see they have that problem. And I'm coming. We'll have maybe a photography workshop that I'll host, and I'll speak this to them that you have a 70 to 200 lens, and then somebody has a 50 prime lens. That doesn't make you, because you're carrying a very G Master lens, you're now superior to this other guy. You're not. You're more like privileged, because even that guy that has a very small lens, there's something he can do. And then your depth of field will be so amazing with a small 50 mm. Of course, that's the purpose, that's the work of it. So if we have our diversifications and we come together and synergize, not I'm at an event, these other guys coming with maybe a smaller D700 camera, and then I'm coming with my Sony, what's that Sony A7 III, right? I'm now feeling like, okay,
Right.
so if you give that guy money, he will go and get that same cam, and he will do better if he's knowledgeable. So you do your thing, I do my thing. If I need to learn from you, I'll learn from you. If you need to teach me, I don't even know it all. Even in the photography, I don't know. I don't. Yes, it's just with experience, the jobs we do, we get better. So let's collaborate than pulling somebody down.
Okay, awesome stuff. Back to the city of Port Harcourt. So in Port Harcourt, there's this tendency that clout seems to matter more than credibility itself. So have you ever felt pressured to just play this popular game just so that you can stay relevant in your field?
You can't be relevant with clout for long.
Okay.
You need the substance and just clout. Yes, clout is a marketing strategy, mind you. But I have studied social media. You will trend highest 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, you lose your relevance.
If your matter one long, where is your Ledoche now? The matter has died. There was a time it was always in everybody's mouth. Everybody, after some time, even nudes that leak. To trend at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
You may just accumulate 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers. But if you really have substance, you have value, you will see that you have returning clients. And your business is not built on one-off clients. Success of every business is your returning client. No matter how small it is. But let them just be consistent. Let them keep coming. Yes, there's a place for boom jobs. There's a place for this one a block, right?
Yeah.
There's a place for this 1 week we are going all out to accumulate numbers. But aside that, see how to build relevance, build value, than just chasing clouds. In fact, to add to it, clouds will just get you. Clouds may not even get you your desired audience, your desired target, the market you really need.
Yeah.
Clouds will just fetch you passerbys. They'll just join. And that's why most times I am not big on social media numbers. Because you may be pursuing followers, and then you're losing out on customers. So while you chase followers, make sure whatever you're doing in line
customers as well.
Your policies to retain customers.
Okay, thank you. So what was one thing that you believe about Port Harcourt's business space that would definitely piss off some people?
Okay. Firstly, there's this perception that our industry and the entertainment industry as a whole, the whole media thing, don't thrive in Port Harcourt. And you see guys now running to wheresoever it thrives. Of course, environment has a big role to play in your success story, both as an individual in business. But I'm still of this 1% that believes that I come into a space and I'm ready to dominate that space. I come into a space, and that's why we are called proactive. You know what proactive is? Proactive is acting on time, acting before you are told to do so. You observing the flaws in a certain client, and then you come in to say, okay, this doesn't exist. I'll make it happen. That's why we're proactive. So we come into a space. We come into that industry, you see, people don't thrive here. And we find out why people are not thriving. And we push for it. It's a matter of effort. That place you think people are making it, that people first start them. Then everybody's running. So let's see how we can. Every techie in PH, it still boils down to collaboration. If this guy doesn't feel like me be the best photographer, you come together, you have gigs that are exceeding you. And then you call your next friend, oh boy, if I get this gig where I not feel run. And you call him, he handles it and delivers well. Then taking a job that you know that you will not meet up, then you now spoil the name of Naso photographers. Then so people will not want to trust any other person, because even when you call an amount, this is what we charge. By rights, there's no amount that is big or small when it comes to creativity. I can go to the market and buy pepper 15 naira. And I know that pepper is worth 15 naira by market standard and value. But when it comes to services and creativity, especially, and our job is creative, I don't think there's a price tag that is commensurate. We grow. What I charge now, it's not what I charge. Because then maybe I was looking for clients. And possibly I did not have some level of exposure, experience, connection. So now if you'll be calling me for a gig, if it's a gig that I know that I can deliver comfortably well, and I will deliver well with the gadgets I have, the pricey gadgets I have, expensive gadgets I have, right? And with the team I am coming with, their level of experience, you don't expect me to charge you like, and you know the quality of job that is coming. So when you know you cannot deliver as a creative, just hands off it. Instead of collecting that outrageous amount and you don't deliver, you dey spoil business for us, you dey spoil market. You dey spoil, because another person will now want to contract another one. You now say, I paid to sell amount of money and yet nothing come on. I say all of them happy. Then you complain that, oh, we don't try, the entertainment industry is not. They book you for a session and you don't show up on time. I'm not guilty. I'm not innocent of it, but these are stuffs that I have identified that is causing the problem of we don't try, we don't succeed here in portharcourt. So come on, let's step up our game. We have the market here. We'll collaborate and build.
Okay, awesome. So what advice would you give to a young person looking to start up a business in the city of portharcourt?
Where ya James? Where ya James? Where ya James? It's not tie and white shirt. I went because I had a very corporate meeting today, and then I was appearing before camera, right? But then when we want to get to work, you have to fold your sleeves and get to the work. Of course, entrepreneurship is lucrative. Any day, anytime, if you wake me, apart from the stress that comes with it. But you owning up your time, it's a big deal for me. Having your time and know what to do with it, it's a big deal for me. The whole glamour of being a CEO, they're calling you boss. They're inviting you for podcast sessions. Fine, good. But when you want to get to work, you fold your sleeves and do it with all your mind. So you're not just coming into the industry because you want to, maybe then they call you CEO. Some people, they are companies. I'm not trying to backlash anybody, but they are more of WhatsApp status. You don't have any staff working under them, now only them. Yes, they are making profit. But if you ask me, by dictionary definition, that doesn't make you a CEO. You must have other executives under you for you now to be the chief executive. Well, everybody wants to be called. I know that's fate. That's
online CEO.
Online CEO. You get, that's vision, that's passion. I love it for them. But it is beyond just answering the name CEO. You must come down to get the work done and do it very well. So if you're planning to start up a business or join the whole media thing, we should look beyond the glamour. Look to solve problems first. Identify the problems before you even jump in. Because if you don't know what you're doing, maybe you have one careless money enter, you want to open business because people are having business. You also jump out because that money will finish when you cannot manage that money in business. It will finish and you become stranded. How about when you don't get clients? What will you do? Will you just run away? There's a period where you need to stay. At that point in time, what I advise entrepreneurs to do or CEOs, when you feel that you're having this downtime or this decrease in patronage, I think it's a wake-up call to go back to the table, go back to the drawing board, understand your brand again.
Okay.
understand your policies, understand your value, see why you succeeded at the point where you were succeeding, then see why the market is down.
Okay.
That will now enable you to come up with ideas or strategies that can get you back to boom.
Okay.
So,
all right, thank you very much. Are there any exciting projects that we should be looking out for?
yes. Very exciting one. We are cooking for Gen Zs and Alpha. I mean, Gen Z, even if that's more I take escape. The millennials, right? I think I'm 1998, so that's 1 year before before Gen Z is 1997. Yeah, so we are cooking a lot for Gen Zs and then Alphas.
Okay.
And that's the business and leadership summit for Gen Zs and Alphas. Now, it's a summit that convenes or brings together young people under the same roof. We invite astute and profound speakers, panelists, to talk to them on business leadership, because I'm also big on business. I mean, let's leave the fast money. Let's build something that is sustainable. And many of these young people, they have the passion for it, but they lack the know-how to it. They lack, even the ones that have taken tutorials, courses, they've gone for other events, they've heard people speak. They lack the capital to start up. Okay. Then even those that have the capital, some of them lack the skills to do it. So this is an all-encompassing summit where, where we bring the speakers, we bring the panelists, we bring the fathers, mothers, mentors to mentor them. Then we also bring the corporate brands that are willing to empower them with skill acquisition. And it's free.
Wow.
It's a free event. You don't pay, just register, come that day, get enlightened, get empowered. And to be precise, it's to hold on the 2nd of August.
Okay.
I think barely 3 months from now, 2nd of August, at the University of Portharcourt.
Okay.
So it's a very mega. In fact, we envisage over 1,500 to 2,000 young attendees. So it cuts across secondary school students, young school leavers, undergraduates, even graduates that have a mind to venture into business. And we don't just only do business. We're talking about leadership, because we have this leadership problem in our country. There's leadership in the church, there's leadership in the society, there's leadership in business, even in this your brand. There's hierarchy of leadership. So want to inculcate those leadership skills into them. Proactiveness, being excellence. Excellence is a skill that as a leader you should and must strive to be excellent. Take note of every details. If there's any error, I don't know, maybe because I'm a trained builder. So if you set the block and the block is not plumb, it's bending. Coming from afar, I don't already see and say, this block, they bend. I'll call your guy, I'll call the artisan, the mason guy. Oga, plumb this block for me. And you will not plumb 2 blocks, you will plumb 3 blocks for me. Because it must be excellent. I want to see it straight. Because any error you make at every stage affects the overall construction. So when starting from the blinding, you guys call it the footing, if it's not in line, there's this line we put and you pour your mortar or your concrete. If it's not in line and you now place your block for the DPC or foundation and it's bending, by the time you stack those blocks in that same bending manner, you go up. By the time you get to your DPC level to cast the overside concrete, you see that it's tilting too. And when you get to that point, you now start doing your forming, creating the partitions and the rest. Your block is tilting, still tilt. When the plastering person is to now plaster, he has problem because the edges of the surface is not smooth. So there's error. Plastering person will, if he doesn't correct that error at that point in time. When it's time for the screeding person to screed, or the plumber or anybody, you'll still encounter that same error. Painter too will still face the problem. By the time the full building has come to play, you're now seeing that it is error upon error. So excellence cuts across every field. And these are the skills we want to inculcate into these young people at the YesBL Summit. So we have, among our speakers, we have the Commissioner of Petroleum, Abia State.
Okay.
Yes, he's a keynote speaker. We have the Deputy Bossa of Uniport, should be present. We have the Managing Director of, I think I can go ahead to call names. Okay, the Commissioner of Petroleum, that's Professor Joel Umuna.
Okay.
If you're coming all the way from Abia State. We have the Deputy Bossa of Uniport, like I mentioned. Dr. Nengi Isagwa should be around. We have the MD of Lightech Group, the construction company. He's going to talk about the first class student, but he was the one and only first class student at the Department of Building at Brutali University.
Wow.
So he'll be present. We also have the CEO and the lead consultant at Speedlink. That's Mr. Dan.
Okay.
He's a cybersecurity expert. He'll be there. He'll teach on sourcing and securing a career in tech. So we are doing tech, media, money. Dr. Nengi will do legit money making, multiplication, and management. So it cuts across. Who else have I? Yes, Mama Ini, barrister Mrs. Ini, Irene Pepu. She's going to speak on empowering women for power. I told you I'm a big lover of women, so we are coming all out for the young ladies, so that they are metamorphosed. And then I want to take the talker. They are growing into womanhood, and then they are not just being liabilities. They understand the whole business and leadership space. And it's 2nd of August by 10 a.m.
Okay, awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Precious.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, guys, you've heard a lot, and I'm sure you've been able to pick one or two things from everything that the CEO of Proactive Media has mentioned to us. So if you have any questions about starting up your own business as a Gen Z, you can always drop them on the comment section, and he'll be available to reply all your messages. Thank you very much, guys, again for listening, and bye.
So one more thing on my part. We are not just enlightening the attendees of the summit. We are also empowering them with skills, free. Like, you don't need to pay anything, just come passionate, register, come. We have skills ranging from tech, IT, cybersecurity, full stack web development. I mentioned cybersecurity, data analytics. We also have fashion design. We have basic computer operation, barbing, skills generally. When you go to the platform to register, you see your preferred skill you want to be empowered on. So on that day, there's this raffle draw we'll do to select interested, and we'll scrutinize them to make sure that they are really qualified. So then those people that are coming, it's not limited to just speakers. So there'll be mentors, fathers, mothers that are youth-centric, willing to sponsor you, willing to mentor these young people in any field they so desire. So we'd love to see you there.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Precious.
You. Thank you.